After I've just created the ultimate Old Republic experience within Battlefront 2, I've decided to do the same with the Clone Wars. Not only to change heroes with all the Clone Wars era heroes and villains, but to also kinda achieve the art style of the series, the Clone Wars out of 2008. So let's take a look at what I did. Here we are now in the collection screen, and as you can see, here are quite some things that don't look like they usually do. I'm going to take every single character right here that has been changed, and I'm going to take a more detailed look. For those people who do not want to see all this stuff, there should be a timestamp for you right now showing you where the actual gameplay begins, so you can just skip ahead. For everybody else that is interested in the details, please stay with me here. So we're going to start with Pre Vizsla, who is replacing Boba Fett. He has custom voice lines, and as you can see, he has the updated Clone Wars appearance, so he looks like in the Clone Wars show and not really realistic, which I aim to do. I wanted to create more of the Clone Wars feeling, and I've tried my best to get as many models as possible that look like the show. So let's listen to the voice lines.
Only the strongest shall rule.
They are not very loud for Pre Vizsla at least. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear it pretty well. I'm trying to make the best out of the audio that I can, because there's also some background noises in his voice lines. But overall this mod is pretty fine, because it got also like custom blaster sounds and stuff like this. So the overall package of him is pretty good. Next up we got Cad Bane, who's replacing Bosk. Sadly, I didn't really find a fitting skin for his Clone Wars appearance. I mean, I did, but as I tried this out, it did not really work in game because it crashed the game several times. Could not be the mod itself. It probably was just the connection to another mod that was creating a conflict. But the appearance of Book of Boba Fett works fine in game. He also has custom voice lines.
If you don't have credits, don't talk to me. This is no place for a professional.
Very cool. Let's move on to Wrecker.
Cavalry has arrived.
Who's replacing Chewbacca. Very fitting to him. I think that is probably the best choice that you can make for someone like Wrecker. Also got custom voice lines.
Now you're talking, yeah! Is it over already? Oh, man!
Following from Wrecker is Darth Vader. Nothing really changed for Darth Vader except his skin. He got his Clone Wars Season 7 appearance, the short clip that he was in. So that looks pretty badass. Let's take a look.
I find your lack of faith distant.
So now we got Palpatine. Not really much to see here right now. I think I got a single player issue because in multiplayer or Kyber this mod works fine, or at least did for me. I don't know if there's something conflicting the file right now, but he does look better in game, so he should normally have his Clone Wars appearance that is shown right here at the icon. I don't really know why it is bugged like that, but yeah, let's just move on. Han Solo stayed the same. Haven't really gotten anything for Han Solo. I believe there is some mods for Echo. I have to look further into that. But after that we got Iden Versio now as Crosshair. I don't know if it's really fitting to have Crosshair on the evil side. I mean, he was on the evil side, but not with the skin. But he also got this skin, so this skin fits more to the Empire, looks pretty good, and he also has custom voice lines.
Soldiers follow orders. Best stand down, Sergeant. Make it easy on yourself.
Also some background noises there, but nothing too bad. I can live with that. I think it's not too big of a problem. After that we got Asajj Ventress as Kylo Ren.
Watch me spill what remains of your guts. Jagruta slime!
Also got custom voice lines and I would say pretty good look. Not really Clone Wars style, but it was the best that I could get. Following by that is Tech. He also got more of a realistic look. Didn't really find a Clone Wars look that worked out with all the other mods. And he does not have any updated blaster sounds or something like that, but he does have custom voice lines, I believe.
That is not ideal.
That's fine. But if you fall, don't take me with you.
Yep, that works fine. Then we got Captain Fordo, who's replacing Leia. And the thing here is that all the voice lines and blaster sounds, they still are the same ones as the Leia sounds from the original game, so nothing changed there except the skin and the icon in game on the bottom right where you can see the abilities. So nothing really special here, but I think now from this perspective the skin looks a bit cursed, especially with the weapon. I don't know what that thing is here flying around, but in game it looks perfectly fine. I will show you later. Then we got Mace Windu. I don't know why he kind of looks like he's covered in oil, but yeah, it's just like that. And he has a green lightsaber. Normally in game when I played Kyber he had the purple one. As you can see, well, not maybe here, but you should see that he has his custom or his own lightsaber hilt. So he also should have his purple colored lightsaber. I don't really know why it's green, but we will have to work with that for now. He also has custom voice lines.
The dark side descends like a veil across the galaxy.
And as you can see, the lightsaber color is a little bit different. That's because I used a Clone Wars lightsaber mod that kinda makes the lightsabers look more like the lightsabers in Clone Wars show. Following by that we got Darth Maul with his Clone Wars appearance. Looks very nice model with his big metal legs. I don't know if there's another skin. No, alright. I would just use that if I were you. He got custom voice lines, but just in game. So the emotes and voice lines here are the same, just like in the original game. It's the same for Mace Windu, because he also got updated voice lines, just as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin and Grievous and Dooku. So if they meet in game, they would have like conversations out of the Clone Wars. So when Count Dooku or Anakin, for example, they meet, they will talk like they are actually in the show. So actually lines out of the show and not lines out of the original game. So that's pretty nice. Then we got Ahsoka Tano. She got a couple of different skins. I don't know why she has a blue lightsaber on this skin especially. She should normally have a green one, but it's not too big of an issue. If you look at the skins, we got this skin, which I personally think fits the best to the Clone Wars. We also got this Season 7 appearance of her, but it looks a little bit cursed on the face. We got this skin, which is not really Clone Wars style oriented, and this skin of Fulcrum. So you got quite a bit of choice here. Alright, also this skin, I didn't know this existed. It's a little bit bugged. I think it's not meant to be like that. And again, season 7. So yeah, pretty nice. Got also got custom voice lines. Let's take a listen.
If there's one thing I've learned from you, Master, it's that following direct orders isn't always the best way to solve a problem. I am no Jedi.
Very nice voice lines as well. Yoda stayed the same. Nothing changed there. Finn also stayed the same. Didn't really find a good mod to replace him. Then we got Dirge, who is replacing Captain Phasma. Also got custom voice lines.
It took no subtle spying for your empire to destroy the peace of my world.
It looks a bit cursed because Dirge normally would be a bit bigger, so he's kinda, you know, the proportions, they don't look like they used to be or like they should be, so that's a bit of a downer, but everything else besides that, he got custom blaster sounds and all that stuff, so the rest works totally fine. So now we got the grayed out villains and heroes. I don't really know why they are grayed out. I think it's also just a single player thing. I don't really know why that happens. But we got General Grievous here with an updated look. He does not have his normal appearance, and here, right, especially here, you can see the change of the lightsabers. In particular, the lightning and the form here with the pointy end. So that looks pretty nice. Also with the reflections on the heroes and villains that carry these lightsabers. So here you can see he has the updated or kind of more oriented look on the Clone Wars show. I believe the other skins have this as well. Yeah, still has the look of the Clone Wars, or more oriented look of the Clone Wars. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. Following by that we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. That model looks a bit disturbing from the close-up right now, but if you play him in game and you're a bit far away from his back, then he actually looks pretty fine. So he got custom voice lines, as I said. He also got the normal voice lines of the main games, so it's kind of like a mix. He got both. Then we got Count Dooku. His face looks pretty good, I have to say, for the Clone Wars model. This texture here of his clothing is a bit bugged, but it's not really a big issue. He has also his voice of the Clone Wars, but not at the emotes and official voice lines out of the game. It's just like the random stuff when he sees Obi-Wan Kenobi, for example. Then we got Anakin Skywalker, also Clone Wars look. Nothing really changed here except the voice lines that kind of pop up sometimes. So yeah, we got R2-D2, then replacing BB-8. No custom sounds or anything, so it's just R2-D2 to its core. And then I think that is Imperial droid, so not really fitting into this whole Clone Wars genre here, but it was a bundle with R2-D2, so I decided to just take him in as well. So now let's take a deeper look into the classes, because some things changed there as well. As you can see already, the Battle Droid, the B1 Battle Droid here, has an updated look to look more like in the Clone Wars, especially Season 7 and Bad Batch. Let's take a closer look, because all the skins, they do work fine. Geonosis skin, Pilot, Jungle, Training, all these skins work fine on this model. And then let's take a look at the Galactic Republic. We got the Phase 1 Clone Troopers here. Also Phase 2 is Phase 1 because I got the Phase 1 overhaul installed. There is also a good Phase 2 overhaul of the game, so you will have Phase 2 skins. The problem with that is that sometimes you will experience crashes when an ARC Trooper gets chosen, because there are ARC Trooper skins like Commander Fox or Commander Wolf, but I saw and checked it out that when you pick Commander Fox, that the game crashes, and if you play against bots or enemies, if someone picks Commander Fox, the game crashes. So I decided to go with the Phase 1 overhaul because I have not really experienced any crashes with that so far. As you can see, many skins here, they all look pretty good. We also got the snow skin here, and we got Commander Cody down here. So yeah, there is the possibility that the whole server could use Commander Cody, but let's take that besides. So it's pretty nice to have Cody at all. For the heavy, it's basically the same things, nothing really changed on this end. But if we go on to the Enforcer, you can see that the B2 Battle Droid also has an updated mesh, so it looks more like the Clone Wars appearance. He has always also custom sounds and stuff like this. Nothing changed for the Wookiee and the Droideka. But for the Clone Commando, if you take a look right here, the Jungle Striker would normally have like the normal jungle camo, now has these this dark camo, which looks pretty nice. For the Urban Fighter, we got Gregor out of the Clone Wars, pretty nice skin, and of course the default appearance, which is just a normal commando. Following by that, we got the Aerial class, also updated texture on this one, so it looks like the rocket trooper out of the Clone Wars. And for the clone troopers, we also got these updated textures. We got this normal 501st rocket trooper, we got Wolfpack rocket trooper, and we got Dinel out of the Clone Wars. I don't know if many of you guys will know who this guy is, but he also had a small role within the Clone Wars show. Now to my favorite thing, not the Commando Droid, but he does look very nice as well, but to the ARC Troopers. If you take a look, right here we got Echo, then we got Captain Rex, we got the default guy. I don't really know why there is no special skin for him. Then there is Fives, we got Blitz, Havoc, and I don't really know what this guy was named, but I do know that these three are all out of the Rancor Battalion, so they were in the Camino arc on the Clone Wars series. Pretty nice to see them here in game. So that's about all the changes to the characters that have been made. But there's also one little change on the vehicles, and that's for the ATTE. So the look of the ATTE was more focused on the Clone Wars style. It looks a bit more like the Clone Wars style. It's not that realistic anymore. At least the modders tried to do it. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I don't know what you think about it. But yeah, that's about all the changes of looks and meshes and voice lines that I've shown you. There's also some more changes that I want to show you in game, such as sound design and overall graphic changes. So that's about the characters, and we will see us again in a round where I can show you the other stuff. So here we are now on Geonosis as the Galactic Republic, and you can see all the different classes here, and of course the reinforcements and heroes. So we will take a closer look to them in detail. Just join in as the assault, because there's something I want to show you for the blaster only. So let's just go in here as the normal Phase 1 clone trooper and just listen to the sound. So yeah, you should hear the updated sound of the Clone Wars series. It works pretty fine, sounds pretty nice, and that's everything I want to show you on that end. Now we're here as the heavy class, and there is two changes. One for the normal blaster right here for the clones. Sounds a little bit different. And alright, now that we have enemies there, I can show you what to hit an enemy sounds like, because I've also changed that sound. It should sound like in the Clone Wars when a droid or clone gets shot. So yeah, there's this updated sound, which I find pretty satisfying. It's a pretty nice sound. And now also to this D6, there is the updated sound from the Clone Wars.
This one here is mine.
Well, pretty nice. As you probably heard, the Clone Trooper also got custom voice lines, just like the battle droids. So if there's certain situations, they will have voice lines out of the Clone Wars show, which I find pretty nice. One more change that I want to show you now is the officer. And with that I mean the blaster of the officer. So if I just shoot, you will hear the sound of Season 7 and Bad Batch of the DC-17, which is a pretty good sound. I don't really know why the skin is bugged like this right now. Haven't experienced that so far. But yeah, that's about the normal classes. Nothing really changed for the sniper. The sounds there stayed the same. So let's just take a look at the Jet Trooper real quick. Same things, he got the DC-17 blaster pistol. So he got the updated sounds. Everything else works the same. So now, as I said, one of my favorites here. We got Echo. Let's just go in. He also got the updated blaster sound. Pretty nice. The overall texture and mesh of this works perfectly fine. Let's take the Clone Commando. Oh no, I did not. Alright, I can't change the skin because we are in an arcade, which is sad because I wanted to change to the Gregor skin, but this is a nice skin as well, just not really fitting to this environment right here. But yeah, looks fine. No updated sounds or anything like that, so just wanted to show you that the texture actually works in game. All of the textures actually work in game of the Clone Commander, so the default appearance and the Gregor skin, they all work. Let's move on. Next up, we got the oiled up Mace Windu. Hold up. With the green lightsaber. I don't really know why he has the green lightsaber here, because in Kyber multiplayer he should have the normal purple lightsaber. I've also played him over there, so it works fine there. I don't really know why he has the green one here. You can see he got this hilt here in game. His custom Mace Windu hilt. So also no custom abilities or anything like that. That's mostly for all my heroes and villains. They don't have custom abilities. They're basically just reskins over other characters. So yeah, nothing, no absolute big changes other than the skins. So yeah, that's about Mace Windu. Custom voice lines, as you have heard. Nothing to show at Yoda, so I'm just going to leave him out just as a Finn. So we move on to Photo.
All forces, prepare to attack.
Yeah, as you can hear, these are the normal sounds of Leia. Got the normal abilities here, and the only thing that has been changed is the blaster icon on the bottom right, and the sounds for it. Yeah, the normal blaster has the normal Battlefront sound, so nothing else than the skin has changed. But as I said to you, if you look at a skin from this angle, it looks perfectly fine. It's not that bad, just like in the preview. So let's move on. Oh yeah, I'm also going to leave out Han Solo because nothing changed here. I can't play Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I also can't play Anakin Skywalker right now, but they do work perfectly fine, trust me on this one. And next up, we got Chewbacca, or Wrecker. Weapon mesh. Weapon mesh is also changed. so it's not the bowcaster, but it shoots like the bowcaster. So yeah, it has nice voice lines. The mesh works fine, everything works fine. Let's just move on. Next up, we got Tech. As I said, he got the
I'm in. What am I looking for?
he got the normal sounds of his blaster from Lando Calrissian. Nothing special there. Also for the abilities, all stayed the same. He just got custom voice lines and the custom skin. Let's see if we can find a droid. Alright, that was brilliant aim right there. That was better. Change to the next one. Now to Ahsoka Tano with the blue lightsaber.
Ready for anything. Droids, Sith, angry beasts, whatever.
Also good sounding voice lines. I do believe we can... Oh, let's see, maybe we can find some droids back there. I've made the mistake that I've put too many allied troopers here and not enough enemies. As you can see on the bottom right, the abilities are the same as Rey's, so nothing changed here, but the icons, they did change to like a Ahsoka style. Next up, R2-D2. No custom sounds or anything, no custom abilities, but just R2-D2, and it looks pretty fine, to be fair, on staying on the surface here, because it's a big change from ball droid to an astromech, so that is pretty good. That is everything for the Republic side. Now I just want to show you everything for the Separatist side as well. So I'll just change the faction and be right back. Here we are now as the Separatists, also still on Geonosis. Here you can see we got the battle droids. Sadly I did not take in the Geonosis skins, but I don't think that's a big issue. Just the same as the clone trooper here, I just want to show you the blaster sound of the normal assault class, so of the E5. As you can hear, this is the sound of the Clone Wars here, which I pretty much like. Sounds very satisfying. And that's everything for that matter. Everything else, like every other weapon here, I believe has the same sound. I'm not pretty sure on this one, just have to take a look. Alright, yeah, it's the same sound, so for all the other classes and weapons, it stays the same. Nothing really changed there. But the droids, as I said before, the droids also do have voice lines out of the Clone Wars. For example, if they throw a grenade or something like this, they will have custom voice lines out of the Clone Wars show. Next up, we got the B2 rocket droid. Let's take a closer look to that. Also got custom blaster sounds. Pretty nice, nothing too special. The mesh looks pretty good from this angle. Could be straight out of the Clone Wars. Let's change to another droid, not to the super battle droid, because it's basically the same. Got the same sounds, no custom abilities. So let's just go to the commando droid. This one got custom voice lines, custom blaster sounds and the custom mesh, so pretty much everything was edited except the abilities.
Scanning.
I believe that voice line right there was out of the official game, so it's kind of like a mix.
Scanning surrounding area.
I believe this one is out of the Clone Wars. I'm not too sure about that, but it is a mix, like 50-50 out of the official game and Clone Wars. Let's hear what the blaster sounds like. sounds a little bit more like the one in the Clone Wars. And yeah, just the updated mesh is there as well. That's about everything on the commando droid side. Then for the droidica, from the looks nothing really changed, but if you listen to the blaster sounds, something changed there. It's not a big change, but it does sound a little bit more like in the Clone Wars show. Next up, we got Pre-Vizsla. He also got updated sounds and all that stuff, except custom abilities. As I said before, his voice lines are not very loud, so it's very difficult to hear them. But all the other sounds sound perfectly good. Let's try to find a clone that I can shoot at, so I can actually show you the blaster sound. Got a clone over there, finally, after flying around for 5 minutes. But as you can hear, got the pretty nice Western sound out of the Clone Wars series. That is probably my favorite blaster sound out of all Star Wars. So yeah, pretty nice to have it here in game. Let's just change to another villain. Let's continue with Crosshair and his Imperial skin. He also got his normal skin, but it wouldn't make much sense to have him in here on the villain side.
You want to know why they put me in charge?
Custom voice lines, no special abilities. He has his sniper when he picks like or what is the cannon or the snipers? What is the name of it? I forgot the name of Iden Verge's sniper. Well, not too big of a problem, I guess. But he has his own sniper mesh, so that's pretty nice. He also has the DC 17M, I believe it is. I don't know where he got this weapon because he did not have it, as far as I know, in the Bad Batch and the Clone Wars Season 7. But overall looks pretty nice with his skin and all that stuff, and the voice lines, they are good too. So let's continue with another one.
Bounty hunter, Cad Bane.
Here we got Cad Bane with the Book of Boba Fett appearance. Nothing much to do there. I believe he has the same sounds as Bosk from his blaster. Yep, so nothing really changed there. Only the voice lines and the mesh, but it is perfectly fine and works good. So I'm happy with that. Here we are now as Dirge. He also got custom voice lines and all that stuff. Pretty nice.
Then you defend these atrocities.
As you can hear, Blaster sounds different. And of course the mesh looks perfectly fine. I mean, he's not as big as in the 2003 Clone Wars show, but I think it's pretty difficult to do this inside of a mod like this. So I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. Next up is Vader. Nothing really to show you there. I'm just going to leave him out because it is basically just a reskin. Nothing, really nothing changed. So I'm just going to hover one more time over his character so you guys can see it. That's what it looks like for the people who skipped the detailed look of the characters. Now let's take a look at Palpatine. Great. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it should not look like this. I don't know why it looks like this. In the multiplayer of Kyber, it works perfectly fine, but this is really unplayable. So let's go away from Crazy Grandpa. Yeah, let's just go on. Sadly, because of Arcade and the mods in Kyber, we can't use General Grievous and Count Dooku, but they work perfectly fine, and they work exactly like their counterparts of the main game. So just a texture that has been changed, and the voice lines, of course. So you're not missing big time here. Let's go on to Assage Ventress.
There can only be one victor and one Assage.
Very nice voice lines as well. Skin looks pretty good. Let's see if we can find a clone. If not, I'm just going to change. Alright, does not look very good. I don't think there's a clone. Oh, wait. I hear a clone, I hear a clone, I see a clone. Yeah, got the same abilities as Kylo Ren. Oh, another clone. But it works perfectly fine. Then we got Darth Maul. I believe he also has different voice lines, also from the main game and also from the Clone Wars. As you can see, I think at least the model looks very good with his Clone Wars legs and also the skin overall. Pretty happy with that. Let's see if there's a clone over here. There is. Alright, then let's change to the last one of our list, which is not really a Clone Wars character, I believe. BB9E as this astromech. As I said, I believe this one is out of the Imperial era, but he just came in the bundle of R2-D2, so I just put him in here, and it works fine, looks fine. It's just a normal astromech, nothing more, and that's about it. So can't respawn right now, sadly. I'll just make a cut. So now I think I showed you guys all the things that I wanted to show you. These are 63 mods at the moment installed that I got at the same time. I do have to say that this is only suitable for the prequel era. So if you're playing as the Galactic Republic, you will have the heroes and villains, of course, but if you play a Stormtrooper, for example, you will be a normal Stormtrooper, so you will not be a clone trooper or a droid. So only in the prequel era everything works fine in this collection. So if you guys want a video where I show you how I installed all the mods or in what order I have all these mods, I'm open to do that. If there is enough feedback or people that want to see that, then I would be open to make a long video about that, to show you how to put it in the right order and to show you every mod that I've installed. Because there's also mods that I haven't got to show you today. There is also like a music mod that plays Clone Wars music in the background all the time. That is pretty nice, but I couldn't show it because of obvious copyright reasons. So yeah, I'd be open to show you guys that if there's enough if enough people ask for that. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Took me quite some time to put all these mods together and also quite some time to make this video, so be sure to leave a like and maybe also subscribe if you haven't done it already. I would be very grateful if you would do that, and it would motivate me to make more videos like this in the future, because they're also fun for me, but as I said, they're also very time consuming. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.